Here would be my one question I would propose to Castellonus. Why would you say this? What do you or Florida State gain from it? Nothing. But you know who does gain something from this? Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you are having a great week. Hope all of you are having a great day. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. Man, oh man, is it the middle of college football season? Because guess what? We got a news video. What's going on? I've missed you guys dearly, and I guess I need to throw this in there, a little disclaimer. I'm going to continue to miss you guys because more likely this is going to be the only news video we make until college football season actually starts. Unless you know something chaotic happens in the meantime, we've been focusing on documentaries, stuff like that. I hope all y'all having a great offseason. Like I tell you, every single year, it's going to fly by. You're going to go to the pool a couple times. You're going to go to the lake. You're going to go to a cookout. Next thing you know, you're going to look up. August, it's right around the corner. Speaking of right around the corner, please, and I'm begging y'all, please, have fun, but also stay safe during 4th of July. Every single year, there's some crazy firework accident you see on social media. Just be smart. Getting that out the way, we have one topic and one topic only to speak on. I'm sure some of you watching this video, you've seen what happened. If you haven't, let's just say you're in for a treat. There's no easy way to ease into this. We're jumping straight into it. The Florida State Seminoles. Yes, let me say that again. The Florida State Seminoles, the same team that went 2-10. Your ears are not deceiving you. 2-10. They won 2 football games last year. Has called out the big, the bad, the mighty Alabama. Like that announcer said in the Dodgeball movie, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off for them. Here's what makes this situation 10 times more comical than it already is. Their quarterback is the one who did it, Thomas Castellonus, and we're going to talk about him. Let me give you a brief summary on good old Castellonus. He's a new transfer quarterback. He's coming in from Boston College. By the way, you know why he left Boston College? Because he got benched by Bill O'Brien. Let's stop right there. So you have a team and a player who just got served a piece of humble pie. Florida State, they embarrassed themselves last year. And to go on top of that, the quarterback, Castellonus, he got humbled as well. You got benched at BC. Was there some drama there? Yes, absolutely. We're not going to divulge into that too much. But the point is, 99% of people in this life, if they have an ego, they're cocky. Whenever life humbles them, and it always does, they tend to shut their mouth. But Castellonus, he is not. And what has me scratching my head is even if you weren't humbled last year, even if you had an outstanding season, why would you call out Alabama when you play them in week 1? It's just really dumb because, may I remind some of y'all, Alabama, not just the players, but the coaching staff, everybody associated with the football program, they are pissed off. They know how embarrassing last year was. They know how disastrous that Oklahoma and Vanderbilt performance was in the game, the bowl, what was that bowl? I can't remember the bowl game. It was some random bowl game against Michigan. I'm trying to think of it. What was the name of that bowl? Wasn't it? It's going to drive me crazy. The ReliaQuest Bowl or something like that. It was the former Outback Bowl. Moral of the story is Alabama was already pissed off heading into this bowl game, heading into this matchup, heading into this season. You didn't need to give them any more fuel to the fire. Before I go any farther, let me show you the quote that's making its rounds on social media. In an interview with On3, here's what Castellonus had to say, and I quote, "I'm excited, man. People, I don't know if they know, but you go back and watch every first game I played in, we always start fast. I dream of moments like this. I dreamed of playing against Alabama. They don't have Nick Saban to save them. I just don't see them stopping me." Before I go on a rant and tangent, let me evaluate this quote as a former athlete, like back in the good old glory White Randy days when I was dominating 7th grade PE class. Y'all know them days. You know your boy White Randy was a baller. I'm not going to give you one of those stories, maybe in a different video. Well, actually, I'll give you one because it goes hand in hand with the cinnamon rolls in Alabama in week 1. Although I put up spectacular numbers my 7th grade year, we didn't have the greatest season as a team. Let me clarify, we were not 2-10, but we should have done much better. I can't remember if it was 3, but I know we lost a couple games that year. Heading into White Randy's 8th grade year, let's just say we had a chip on our shoulder. And I remember vividly, our season opener in the following season was against a team who didn't lose a game. And although I believed in myself, I believed in my team, I didn't want to give those guys on the other team any motivation, not even to the slightest. Did I think we was going to win the game? Absolutely. Did I think they had a chance of stopping prime White Randy? Heck to the no. As an athlete, you should believe in yourself. This quote you see right here, that's what Castellonus should be telling himself in the mirror every single day. But, and I have a enormously large big but, If you're an athlete, you know this. We both know it. You just don't say it out loud, and you especially don't say it to the media. It is one of those things you keep to yourself. Do I have a problem with him believing this if he does? No. You should be slightly delusionally confident if you're an athlete at any level. But when you come out and say this, especially when you're on a team that just went 2-10 and you got benched at Boston College, you look pretty dumb. Outside of looking dumb, even worse than that, in my humble opinion, is Alabama now has bulletin board material. I have not talked about Alabama this entire offseason. Like, I'm talking about a dedicated video. For that matter of fact, I haven't talked about any team throughout this offseason. But that doesn't mean I haven't been making phone calls, sending text messages, paying attention, and looking at everything going on behind the scenes. I'm not going to talk about the Alabama offense in this video because it doesn't apply to this situation because Castellonus, he's a quarterback, which means he's going up against the Bama defense. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I could be wrong in this. They could go out there and lay an egg. But that Bama defense is going to be 3 times better than what they were last year. They got all the cancer cells out of the locker room, and they have a bunch of guys returning. Alabama's secondary last year was not good. I'm not going to call them trash. They weren't good. This year, they're looking much better. Linebacker play, it's going to be great. The D-line, it's going to be great as well. I'm not going to sit up here and say it's going to look like a prime Nick Saban defense, but I think you are sadly mistaken if you think you're going to go out there as Thomas Castellonus and you're going to drop a 40-burger like Diego Pavia did at Vandy last year. Outside of Alabama having veteran leadership and great talent this year, this is a team, I know I said it before in this video, I'm going to say it again, that is embarrassed and they are hungry. Last year, it was clear, it was evident, you could see it on TV. They weren't hungry. They were almost in what I'm going to label as the party phase. They were in the honeymoon phase. It was like, oh yeah, we got this new coach, Kalen DeBoer. He's super chill, super cool, doesn't yell at us. Oh, it's all sunshine, rainbows, and butterflies. But no. It ain't going to be like that this year. That's my 2 cents on this. And hey, as a person who speaks on college football, I guess you can say I'm part of the media. I think this is awesome because, number one, it's free content, gives us something to talk about. Number two, free entertainment. And this is stuff we're going to be bringing up in about 2 months from now from when they play the game. I was about to say 2 to 3 months, but no, it's more so, like 7 weeks? Most of y'all know this. Your boy Matt is a Bama fan, but like I've said for years on the channel, I strive in being a college football fan and analyst first, then a Bama fan. If you want the Bama fan opinion from me, here it is. I am not a big trash talker, especially in something that I'm not playing in myself. Here would be my one question I would propose to Castellonus. Why would you say this? What do you or Florida State gain from it? Nothing. But you know who does gain something from this? Alabama. And this is what made Bama and Nick Saban so good for many years, because Saban, he wouldn't allow players to come out and say something like this. You don't want to give those opposing teams any more motivation. It's already motivating enough that Alabama for years was the cream of the crop of college football. Don't give them anything else to put on the bulletin board. Here's another thing I need to say I just thought of. If Diego Pavia came out and said something like this leading up into the game with Alabama, you can't even fault him too much. I'm not even going to be making this video because he beat Alabama last year. He has room to talk. But Thomas Castellonus should be the last one talking, and I think he has failed to realize Florida State, even though they have a huge turnover with a lot of guys entering the portal, they currently do not have the guys to even be competing with the Alabamas of the world. And even though there's a ton of Alabama haters in the comment section, you know I'm right. You don't think Florida State has a chance to win this game. None of you do. You can hate Alabama with all of your heart, but you know I'm right. Florida State's problem, I've said this for 3 to 4, and maybe even 5 years on the channel, they are not a bad football team. They are a bad football program. Big difference. I'm talking about currently, guys, not the entire history of the program. Their biggest problem is their head coach, the root of all this, Mike Norvell. This is not a prediction video or anything like that. Trust me, we'll make the video closer to time. But the cinnamon rolls are going to get ran out of the gym. And you know what's going to happen? Everyone's going to pull up these tweets, quote tweet them on Twitter, and Florida State, they're going to be a laughingstock. But like my grandma always told me, you reap what you sow. Let me know your thoughts on all this down below. But